recently joined Toastmasters in 2009. He enjoyed a career in the Air Force first, medical sales, followed by becoming a social studies teacher at Coral Springs Charter School. And we can tell how comfortable he is up here by his teaching experiences. Today he works full-time as a practice administrator for his wife's medical practice, Lifetime Family Medicine in Coral Springs, where they work and reside. Today's speech will be Gordon's sixth speech. He's making all of us look bad. From the Competent Communicator Manual, focusing on vocal variety. This is a commencement speech that he hopes to deliver someday to his high school in Cincinnati, Ohio. His graduating class of 1963 was the first class to complete 4 years at his new school, and he would like to share his thoughts on success and happiness. The title of his speech this morning is My 5 Hopes for You. Gordon Smith.
Class of 2010 and fellow Highlanders, please turn off your laptops, PDAs, cell phones, MP3 players, and iPods and any other electronic devices you may have on this morning. Obviously, there will be no texting, no tweeting, no talking, and certainly no sexting this morning. I don't need to tell this generation that we are in a technological revolution. You know that by how quickly things become obsolete that you buy. By the time you've bought it at the checkout counter, you might as well go right around and throw it in the dumpster because something cooler, faster, better, cheaper just came in the back door. That's how quickly things are changing. In the 60s, Bob Dylan was a singer, and he had a song called These Times They Are A-Changing. And change they did. But it was at a much slower pace than what we are experiencing today. We are change on steroids today. This morning, I want to be able to give you some tips for success in navigating through the choppy waters of this new environment that is constantly changing. And more importantly, I want to give you my 5 hopes for your future. First, we have to accept the environment. It's changing very quickly. The rapidity of change is going to continue at an exponential rate, including our population, which will reach 7 billion next year. By the year 2043, it will be 9 billion people on the planet. Information is the fastest growing thing on the planet. It's growing at 66%. Our economy in the world is based upon the manipulation of that data and the instant access to it. Technological information is doubling every 2 years. So if you're in a 4-year program in school in technology, by the time you graduate, half of what you've learned is now obsolete. The top 10 jobs in 2009 didn't exist in 2004. The environment is changing very quickly. How do you survive in this kind of environment today, you ask? My guidance to you would be you need to find a career that is untouchable. You need to become bulletproof, invincible. In other words, you need to find a job or a career that has something uniquely human, a flair, a passion, imagination, and creativity are demanded of that job. All those boring, repetitive jobs are going to be obsolete, automated, or outsourced. Stay away from those types of jobs. You need to love what you do with a passion. All those boring, repetitive jobs will be gone. They will be automated, outsourced, or obsolete. So, this is the part that is going to be on the test, so pay attention. My 5 hopes for you. There's a lot of people in the audience today that have hopes for you. Some of them may not be here. Their hearts and their prayers are with you. I have 5 very special hopes for you, my fellow Highlanders. Number 1, I hope that sometime that whatever it is that you want to be, you will want to do what you want to do more than what you want to be. Let me explain that. I hope you want to heal more than you want to be a doctor. I hope you want to sing more than you want to be a singer. I hope you want to write more than It's not the intrinsic values or the rewards, that lifestyle that you should be focused on. Focus on something that you love to do. You will be good at it, and you'll make a nice living for yourself. You cannot be sustained by those rewards and lifestyle. You can't please your parents, you got to please yourself. Number 2, I hope there comes a time in your life where you have to take a jump, a leap of faith, and go all in. You have to trust someone, maybe yourself, maybe others. Trust with everything that you have and the passion, and go for it. When you see the opportunity, jump in with both feet, and as they say in the poker world, put all your chips in. Trust someone, trust yourself, trust your instincts, and go for it. Number 3, I hope you learn to listen. Listen. You cannot learn a thing if you're doing all the talking. Listen with your eyes, your heart, and your ears. It is not a passive skill. It is an active skill. You need to practice it. You were given 2 ears and a mouth, said Ben Franklin. Use them in that proportion. Learn to listen. Number 4, Henry David Thoreau, over 150 years ago, said, "Men live a life of quiet desperation." Tragically, that's true today for many of us. Why is it that some people are astonishingly successful and others struggle? Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, CEO, said there's 2 things that are required for success and happiness. 1, being at the right place at the right time, and then doing something about it. Being at the right place. Some of you may say, well, that's a lot of luck. Certainly luck always plays into a part. Seems like some people have more luck than others, though. What is it about being at the right place at the right time? You have to be listening. You have to be watching for the opportunity. And then be willing to do what's necessary to get it done. You have to be willing to do those things you know you should do, but don't want to do them. Those things you know you have to do, but you don't want to do them. Do them anyways. Success or failure. And last, I want you to think of the world as a body of water filled with salt. Chunks of it. Very distasteful. I would hope that in your life, you don't try to simply remove all the salt from the water, but rather add more water. Another way of saying that would be, I hope that instead of working and focusing all those things in life that are distasteful, that you would simply pour in more love. The world needs a lot more love. A phrase, a saying from the 60s, make love, not war. We need a lot more kindness in the world. Also, I will leave with a quote from Robert Frost, who said, in his famous poem, A Road Not Taken, as you verge into your path of success and happiness. The road not taken. 2 paths diverged in the wood. I chose the path less traveled. It made all the difference in the world. Fellow Highlanders, enjoy your journey. I love you all. Best of luck.